Um, am I live? Yes, I think I am. Just checking. Just checking if I'm live. I just got back from church and I'm not really settled in yet, but it's okay. I'm here. Okay, guys, it's another day and I'm grateful for all of you. I'm happy that DV results is up. Hopefully by now we've all just accepted whatever it was, whether it was positive as to what we wanted and what we expected, or if it didn't just work, well, we still hope that you have just accepted it and you're moving on. So today I just jump on here quickly just to talk about a few other opportunities. But first, I would like to address one issue about diversity visa that I don't hear around a lot. I know we all encourage you to apply for a diversity visa. We all want you to go ahead and keep applying and keep trying. But what's the reality? There are some realities that we really don't talk about. And for me, I like to go deep diving to just find out more about things, and because I like to give people the right information when I'm providing information. I just want you to be aware of what things are and how they are before you can actually get into it, instead of me creating this false narrative or this high hope, raising your hopes so high. And then maybe I need to adjust my camera a little bit. I think it's too high up. Okay, maybe this is good. I just like to be honest with people so you can know your stand before you try getting into something. So that's why I don't like going live, because it's just too much fixing that you you can do. So I just wanted to talk about some of the realities of the diversity visa. For us, I'm an African, so I'm going to address this actually from the African perspective. So, and I know I got folks from other countries who watch my channel, and I'm grateful to every one of you. I appreciate you all. And let me just take this time to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I don't say this enough, I don't say it often, but I'm indeed grateful to every one of you who take up your time and stop by to watch these videos. You subscribe, you like them, you share them. I am indeed grateful to you. And even though I'm new in the space here, especially the diversity visa space, I'm kind of new in there. I'm grateful that you still take up your time to stop by and listen to what I have to say. And I appreciate every bit of it. My computer, I have to keep the screen on just to keep on my notes. So I am grateful to every one of you. I appreciate you. And just in case you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, just what are you waiting for? It's free. You will make my day if you can just do that for me. Just go ahead, subscribe to this channel and keep in touch, because if you are somebody who are looking to relocate, or you have a mind of coming to just study or just get a taste of America or other countries that I talk about on here, this is where you want to find yourself, because I don't just bring you the good side of it. I look at the pros and the cons of it, and I bring you what it's really like. I tell you what to expect. So I'm not just here to tell you, oh, it's a good thing to travel, it's a good thing to leave your country or to go to another country. I also tell you what it's like, what life is actually like there, because I want you to be aware when you are going there, or just whatever visa type or category you're hoping to get into. I want you to have an idea of what it's going to be like, what the challenges, what the smooth spot, and what everything that you will go through, so that at least you can have an idea. I know it will not be exactly the same. It's not going to be the perfect scenario that I'm going to give you, but at least you're going to have an idea of what it is before you can get into it. So, like I was saying earlier, the diversity visa, we all get on here, we encourage people to apply. But I want you to take a step back and look at a few things, take into consideration a few things. First thing, To apply for the diversity visa is free. They don't charge you anything for application. You go through that process, and the successful people, they get to know that, oh yeah, you were selected. And yes, for those who were not selected, at least you already know that, well, you need to wait and try next the following October. So for those of you who are selected in this first stage, because the thing about it is more like a sifting process. That that selection is just the first stage of it. You have been selected now. This and this and this is what you have to do. And there's another stage of selection. The selection process goes on until you finally get that visa. And that's why I encourage people on here, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, even if you want the diversity visa. Keep doing what you're doing until you have gotten that visa placed in your passport, before you can walk away from what you were doing, or before you can shut down whatever it is you're doing. Just keep doing you. Keep surviving. Keep living on what you were living on. This is the time for most of you who have won to start learning new skills. Start learning new skills. Get to know what life is really like in America. The real life that you're coming to get into. The real system that you're coming to get integrated into. Because the thing about traveling to a new country, there's a lot of shock that you experience. So I like to be honest with people. Now, for most of you who have been selected, or maybe DV 2023 people, if you're watching this is the time that I hope you have taken up some time. You actually found out some real skills that you can survive on in America while you will be here and going through the process of getting integrated, or maybe learning a new skill here. You want to come here with something handy, something that will be able to put bread on your table when you get here, until you can get integrated into the American society, until you can get your first job. It's better when you come here with a skill that, at least not just any skill, I mean a profitable skill, or skill that's going to earn you something just when you get here. That even while you're waiting, for some of us who maybe had to wait for paperwork, I know people who come here on diversity visa, in a couple of weeks you're expected to get your paperwork to be able to start job. But for those of us who just come to America and maybe we coming on a family visa category, and we're going to get a work permit to be able to work. I say this to you. The reality is, when once you know you're preparing to travel outside your home country, you want to start getting yourself informed about whatever country you're going to, whichever country that is that you're going to be in. You want to start getting yourself informed. And when I say informed, start getting to know what the real life is like there. What kind of job it is that you're going to be able to get there. What kind of job it is that's going to pay you something that will benefit you, or something that that you can earn an income from, that at least you will not have to do three, four, five other jobs. Yes. And most of us, we play the diversity visa, but how qualified are we really to be able to turn that winning, that initial success, to be able to turn it into a visa? How prepared are we? Because the diversity visa is a merit-based visa. From my research, going deep diving into it, they're actually looking for skills people. They're looking for professional people. People who will come here and be able to contribute, get a job, do something, start a business, do something, contribute to the American economy. Those are the people they are looking for. They're not just looking for anybody who just, okay, they say the minimum requirements of high school graduate. But if you're a high school graduate, you don't have a skill, you don't have no technical skill, no professional skill, nothing. You stand the slimmest of chance to get qualified for a diversity visa when you go for an interview. Because They are just looking. There are other people, believe me, there are thousands of other people who have skills. They have professions that are needed here. So what chance do you stand? Even if you want a diversity visa, what chance do you stand? And this is the reality that I want to tell you. Is it's kind of hard to say, but I like to face the truth, because for me, I feel better when people say the truth to me than, yeah, to beat around it. If you want to play the diversity visa, if you want to win a diversity visa, if you want to travel outside your home country on a diversity visa and come to the United States, how about you take this time now and start getting prepared? Let's use this time as preparation time instead of just, and this goes mainly to people who did not win the visa. There was a reason for which you did not win it this first term. There was a reason for which you did not win this lottery. Because maybe you've won the lottery and you probably don't even have the financial capacity to be able to pay for everything. Because right after this, now it all comes to spending the money. You have to get yourself ready. You have to get everything in. Most of you apply for the diversity visa, you don't even have a passport. That's one thing. How you want to travel? You don't have a passport. Let's talk about it. How you looking for opportunities, but you're not prepared to take on these opportunities when they come. I got a lot of people who send me message. They apply for the diversity visa. They didn't have passport. Okay, it's okay to apply for it. You don't have passport because they scratch out that application with passport. Just I think it just went for a year or two after it came out. But just let's face the fact. How you say you want to travel and you don't have a visa? You don't have not a visa. I'm sorry, but you don't have a passport. And one of the major prerequisites to traveling to any country is having a passport. You don't have it. How you say you want to travel? Are you really considering that? Are you really ready to do this thing? Or are you just trying, you just testing the waters? There are some people here there are really some people who really want this opportunity. They're not trying to test the waters, they're prepared. So when you're getting in this, you got to know what you want, whether you really want it that bad or you just came to test the waters. Because if you're applying for the diversity visa and you had from October up to May and you still haven't gotten a passport yet, then I kind of wonder. It's more like you want to eat, you say you're hungry, and then you prepare the food, but then you say, "Oh, I don't have a spoon yet." Oh, my mouth is maybe full with something else. Yeah, that. So how prepared are you? There are other people who are hungry for this opportunity. There are other people who really want it. And they've been preparing. They have been preparing for this day, for that name to come up. And I didn't mean to get on here and get, yeah. But I mean, I just digress a little bit and went on that side. That's not what I came to talk about. But it just took me down to a few messages that I got, and I just thought I should talk about that because if you are looking for an opportunity and you're not prepared. Like I hear someone says, Myron Golden. I love to listen to him. If you don't know, maybe you want to check out his YouTube channel. Dr. Myron Golden, he says something. And if you want an opportunity, you want it really bad, you better be prepared because I think that quote was from either who was it? Was it Lincoln or who? And if you want an opportunity, it goes something like that. I don't remember the exact line, but you have to be prepared because it's going to come anyway. So it's better to be prepared before the opportunity comes than for it to come and you are not prepared. That's my thing. It's better I see people or I help people get prepared before they get into something like this than to get there before you're thinking about getting prepared. Because believe me, even if you apply for diversity visa and you don't get it at this time, there are other opportunities that you could look into. But how prepared are you? This opportunity comes and they come for maybe just a month. Maybe they get listed and they say, oh, today is the 21st of May, 2023. And maybe we will find an opportunity that they say, oh, well, up to June 1st. So when are you going to be able to apply for a passport? Get that passport turned into you before you can even be able to take advantage of that opportunity. So this is one thing you need to have handy. You always need to have a passport handy if you are someone, or valid passport. If you're someone who knows within yourself that you really want to travel, you have to have a passport handy at all times, or valid passport. Excuse me. I was in Liberia. I didn't have a mind of traveling. I was working though. And so I just took advantage of it and I got my passport. Okay, I'm going to work every day. Why can't I just get a passport? I know I have an ID, but I can get a passport because I never know. And I just got it and it was just there. I didn't use it for anything. The very first visa that ever landed in my passport was an American visa. If you look in my passport, there's no other visa in there. The first visa that landed there to ever travel outside my country was to come to America. And I just like for people to be prepared. That's me. Because whether it's raining, the sun is going to shine. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be an hour from now, but the sun is bound to come up after that rain. And if it's sunny, the rain is going to fall. Someday, somewhere, it's going to fall. So why not just be prepared for opportunities that will come? It doesn't just have to be, okay, I did not get selected this time around for the diversity visa. And so, okay, back to normal. I'm just going to sit again and wait until diversity visa starts again in October. What is it? September or October? So, yeah, October. So it's better that you get prepared now. This is the time for you who did not win the first process. Let me say the first process, because even those who won the first time, that does not mean they have a visa already. No. Like I said earlier, there's more sifting to be done. And they're going to sift until they sift to that 55,000 visas that they have. Because the thing about it is that I I overheard this statement somewhere the other day. I think I was watching somebody's live or somebody's video, and I think it's kind of there's a little confusion around this 55,000 visas. Someone I listened to the other day was talking about the 55,000 visa. If somebody has 20 family members or maybe 10 family members and they apply, don't get worried. Don't think that the person is taking your visa because the 55,000 visa, that person got one visa and they're going to bring more. No, that's not how it works. On top of that 55,000 visas, there's no other visa that's going to be added to it to accommodate a family member. You and your derivatives fall within the 55,000 visas that are set aside. So please, let's understand this. 55,000 visas are set aside yearly for the diversity visa. Within that 55,000 visas, there are the same visas for every family member on your form. On your application, if you have 10 family members and you were selected and you went through and you were approved, you were told at the at your visa interview that congratulations, we're going to grant you the visa, that means that's minus 10 visas from the 55,000 visas. I hope we understand this. I heard that the other day, and I like, no, that maybe that was just, I hope that was just an error the person made, because sometimes when we're talking, we talk a little fast. The lips run faster than the brain. So I'm hopeful that that person will be able to go back to their audience and correct that mistake. I hope they do, because yes, that's not how it works. If you apply for 5 people on your application, if you have 4 other people with you and you were selected and you went for your visa interview and you were granted a visa, that means that's you plus your 4 family members. That's 5 people. So that's minus 5 visas from the 55,000 visas. So we said that aside, just that clarity. Don't forgive me. You see, that's why I don't like to go live, because it makes me not to stay on point. So anyway, I got on here actually to talk about a few opportunities, other opportunities that I found, but then I just wanted to know how prepared are we. So if you are someone, I see one person is on now. Congratulations. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. If you won the diversity visa, maybe you can just let us know. If you were not successful in this time around, maybe you can still let us know. And we're just on here. I just got on here to share a couple of opportunities that I found. But I was first asking, how prepared are we before wanting these opportunities? So maybe because I'm already gone like over 20 minutes, maybe you want to watch it from the beginning when we're done. Because if you are someone who really wants an opportunity, I was asking, how prepared are you? There are a lot of people who send me a couple of messages that they apply for the diversity visa, but they don't have a passport. Okay. At the time, they were not requesting applying with passport. But if you are somebody, and it's okay at this time to go and get your passport, that's okay. But I'm looking at between now and the next diversity visa time, like for people who did not win or who were not selected, because even those who were selected, they still haven't won a visa yet until you go to that interview and you finally told that yes, you will be granted a visa. So I was wondering, how is it that you want to travel? How is it that you really want to relocate? How is it that you really want this American dream? Or you just want to leave your country for a little bit? You want to travel outside your country? How is it that you want to do that so bad, but you don't have a passport? That's the first preparation to wanting to travel. Unless maybe you just want to get in a taxi cab or in a bus and just cross the border from your country to another country, or I don't know, for my country, you can just get in a taxi and cross to get in the neighboring country. You have traveled. But if you want to travel, like board a plane, you have to have a passport. And if you don't have it, maybe you just testing the waters. Maybe you just like, okay, I would just go try. Oh, they say diversity visa is free. So I would just go and try my luck. Because then that means you don't really want it that bad. You're just trying your luck. But if you're somebody who really wants an opportunity, you really want to travel, you're going to anyway, in any case, have a passport or valid passport every day. You're going to have a valid passport with you, because opportunity is going to come anyway, whether you're ready or not. So if you're not ready, you might as well just get ready, because it's going to come anyway. You did not get the diversity visa, you were not selected. Okay, there are other opportunities that you could try, but you're not prepared. And these opportunities, they're not for a long time, like diversity visa. Diversity visa, it takes from 1 October to the following May or September before they're calling people for interview and stuff. But if you find an opportunity, like maybe a scholarship or maybe an internship or apprenticeship or just maybe a conference, How are you ready to go? It's not going to be for a whole year. They're not going to give you a whole year announcement. You're not going to have a whole year to get ready. You're not going to have 6 months to get ready. And they don't just take you like, okay, I don't have a passport right now, but since I saw this opportunity, I can just walk to my passport office tomorrow morning and get a passport. It don't work like that in most countries. I know for my country, I know it don't work like that. I know we take months before we can get a passport, before we can, yeah, get a new passport. So this is something that if you know within yourself that you really want to travel, you have that inside of you, that's a desire. You want to do everything to be ready. You want to have that handy because you know that this is my dream. This is what I want. So I'm going to prepare for it anyway because I know it's going to come. When that opportunity come knocking, I want to be ready. When you play the diversity visa, well, they give you a long time to get ready. You can go within this time and still get your passport and be dragging around and everything, waiting for interview and stuff like that. But if somebody puts a scholarship, I mean, they're not going to wait for you. Some of these scholarships come up maybe for just 1 month. They put them up. And the following month is closing. So if you cannot get your application in on time, like you're just not ready. They're not going to wait for you to go and apply for your passport and get it ready before you can come to apply for it. No, it's not going to be open for you. It's going to be open to people who are ready. So this is why I like to encourage people to always be ready. Always be ready. And if you are somebody who want to come to America, now is the time to start looking into yourself and finding that skill that you know that's going to be profitable to you. Start brushing it up, start learning it better. Right now in America, the diversity visa is it's a merit-based visa. They're looking for people who have profession, people who have skills, technical skills. And that's why a lot of people may not even get the visa. A lot of people may not even get the visa. You've been selected, yes, but how qualified are you to be given the visa? And I know they say the minimum qualification is a high school graduate. But with the high school graduation, there are a lot of high school graduates who have skills, especially technical skills right now. There are a lot of kids right now, they're into IT, they're into this computer stuff, they're into programming, they're into just the skills that the market wants. And these are the people that you're going to prioritize. It's not going to be you who don't have any skill, but okay, you're a high school graduate and there's another high school graduate who has or market or hard marketed skills. They're not going to leave that person and take you over them. No. Believe me, the both of you will be high school graduates, yes, and you apply, but that person has an advantage over you because they have a wanted skill. They have a skill that is marketable. And this is what the visa is about. The visa is recruiting people who have skills to come and contribute to the American economy, to come and contribute to the American society. That's what the diversity visa is about. It's not just about bringing you to America and because they just want to give you visa because you're from a poor country. No. You're in a poor country, but you can still afford to acquire a skill. You can still afford to learn a skill. So this is the time we should take to be getting prepared. And hopefully for those of us who were selected, I'm hoping that we're going to use this time between now and interview time to at least jump into some skill training program to be able to brush up your skills or to gain a new skill. That at least you can be able to put forth on your interview day and say, oh, well, I got this new skill when I found out that I won the first term. When I found out I was selected, I went to this school and I was able to gain this certificate in this thing. Look for something on the American market that is in demand. I don't just mean you just go and just gain any skill. Look for a skill that is in demand on the American market. America is in demand for workers. And it's unfortunate that Most of us from Africa, and I say this because I have a lot of Africans on my channel, and I'm an African. I know there are people from other countries who watch my channel, but I like to narrow it down to Africa first before I move on to other people, because I know a lot of people in other parts of the world, they have the advantage over us. But for us from Africa, let's narrow it down. How many of us high school graduates that can actually afford to turn a selected notice, diversity visa selected notice, into an actual green card? Because it requires funding after this time. Everything about the diversity visa after this step, you have been selected. Now it's money spending. You have to go and get that passport for those of you who do not have. Now you have to get passport for you. You have to get passport for all your kids, your wife, or if you're applying a loan, good for you. It's time for you to get your passport. Now you got to go get, some of us, I know a lot of us, we don't think about birth certificates unless it's something like this. So now we got to go get a birth certificate. We got to get a passport. We got to get ready. We got to apply for all those paperwork. We got to worry about ticket money when we get that visa. We got to worry about that part. First thing, you got to worry about the first money you have to pay for the visa on that day. So how many of us actually in actuality that can really transfer a successful selection in diversity visa into a real green card? The actuality is a lot of people give up on the way because it's like, I can't afford that money. I can't raise it. Where can I get it from? So a lot of people are going to drop along the way because, and that happens year after year, year after year. A lot of people get selected, but they just don't return to the process because they don't have the funding. So I'm here to just tell you that if you're somebody who are interested in traveling, you're interested in relocating to any country, get prepared anyway, because opportunities are going to come. Once you are looking for them, it's going to come. You're going to find it. The people who is not going to come for are people who are just sitting down, they're not thinking about it. But in as much as you have this desire, you have this dream to do it, to travel outside your home country, to come and live this American dream, you got to be prepared. And that preparation begins with first, you having a valid passport at all times. Unless you're somebody who just want to wait for diversity visa. But a lot of other travel opportunities come up all through the year. And that's why I like to encourage people who come to my channel. Diversity visa is not the only way to come to America, because I'm sitting here, I did not come to America on a diversity visa. I came to America on a K visa. I came here on a K1 visa, and I came with my son. My son was on a K2. So if I was not prepared at the time when my fiance decided to send for me, it was just going to be like, oh, okay, just wait until I go and get my passport ready. I need to get my birth certificate. I need to get my this. But I didn't have the mind of traveling, but I had a valid passport. I was working, and I found out, let me just go and get my passport. I mean, I can afford that money, so let me just pay for it and have it. And I just had it for years. I didn't have anything to do with it, but I had it. And like I said earlier, the very first visa that ever landed in my passport to travel was the one that brought me to America. I never applied to go to any other country. I never traveled outside my home country besides coming to America. It was the first time I ever got a visa in my passport. So you have to, I just say this to say that you just have to be ready at all times, because opportunities are going to come to you. As long as you prepare, take advantage of it. It's going to come. There are lots and lots and lots of opportunities that come up all through the year while people waiting on diversity visa. Okay, schools are going to be opening soon. Scholarships are going to be posted. There are a lot of scholarships now they're starting to post. You could take advantage of one of those if you really want to travel. Even though I know coming on a student visa or coming on a scholarship is not going to lend you that green card that the diversity visa will lend you immediately when you enter America. But I can tell anybody, I've seen people who came here on many different categories of visas. And today they ended with a green card too. And some of them are even living better than people who came on diversity visa. So America is a country that offers dreams to people. But you have to be ready and you have to know how to take advantage of the opportunities that it offer you. Because if you don't know how, or if you're not ready, it's just going to go by, because there are just millions of people looking for the opportunity and they're ready. They are prepared. They are prepared. There are people who sit on the internet all day hustling for opportunities that we share, and people barely take advantage of it. Our own people don't even take advantage of it, and other people do it. And they will text you or email you and say, "Oh, and thank you. I watched this video and I was able to follow up and I did this and I'm on my way." And I'm grateful that I can be a part of somebody's story. I'm grateful. But I want you to be prepared, because I want to be able to celebrate more of those success stories with you. And even for those of you who cannot make it to come at this time, who are not selected at this time, I always say, while you are back home, there's still a lot of things you can be doing back home. You can still be making the best of your life back home. You can still go to school online. You can still take a course from American University online while you're back home. Some of them are offered for free. Some of them you have to pay a couple of dollars, but it still puts you at an advantage point. It still gives you that edge over other people who will be applying for whatever it is that you're going to be applying for. Because I know back home in my home country, I'm from Liberia. If you get a degree or certificate that's from America or from any foreign European country for that matter, I mean, you come first, whether you even know that thing or not. Everybody is, yeah, they're willing to talk to you. So even if you're still back home in your country and you haven't been selected or you haven't been accepted for any of these programs, take advantage of some of these online trainings. Get a little certificate or get the knowledge, even if they're not offering you the certificate. Get that knowledge. Get to know what it is. Get that experience for yourself. Living in America, I will tell you, some people come in, the thing is just, oh yeah, I'm in America now. But coming into America is one thing, and actually making it in America is another thing. Those are two separate things. And you have to know how to make it in America to be able to live that American dream that you see other people live and you yearn for. The home, the cars, the whatever, good jobs, or not even good jobs, but because I'm not one of those who like to encourage people to stay on a job. Forgive me for that if I offend anyone, but I really don't encourage people to take on a job and hold on to it for years because it's the American dream. No, that's not where the American dream lies. The American dream does not lies in you having to getting a job and holding to it for years and waiting on retirement to get paid some 401k or social security. The American dream is not how you enjoy it. No. The American dream is in coming to America and living that freedom. And to figure out that freedom, you have to have someone who's going to help you to figure out how to actually live that freedom. Then you know that you've tasted the American dream, you're living it, and then you can sit down and say, "Oh yeah, I am living the American dream." Yes. But when you come to America and you want to take a job and you want to work that job and you want to milk it because you feel like, "Oh yeah, I'm in America now, I got to work, 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 work," then you're not even living the American dream, because then you become a slave. That's all it is. You become a slave to where you wanted to come and find freedom and find joy and relax. If you have to be running in and clocking in to 2 jobs, 3 jobs, that takes a toll on your life. Matter of fact, it takes away your life from you. You don't got a life. If you got to be chasing all that, then you don't got a life. So I like to tell people that I talk to who are on their way here, have a plan. And that plan should begin while you're still back home. Make that plan while you're still back home. Don't wait to land in America, because in America, there are a lot of shining things here, distractions. There are a lot of distractions. So if you do not have a plan and you come, it's difficult to make that plan now while you're here. It's going to take you maybe 3, 4, 5 years before you realize that, oh, I should have made this plan a long time ago. And sometimes some people even make the plan, they come and get distracted because of their circle. So you got to make that plan while you're still back home. Write it down. I like to encourage people to write it down. If you look behind me, I got papers hanging all behind me. Everywhere I sit, I have a piece of paper and pen. And that's because I love writing stuff down. And whatever I write down, I work towards it. And I don't stop until I see it yield fruits. So if you are somebody who have this dream, this desire to come to America, why not start by making a plan now where you are, wherever you are, start making a plan. I want that plan first thing to begin with, how you're going to acquire your passport. Please, if you don't already have one, begin with acquiring a passport. Have your birth certificate handy. Those are the things you need to have. Because anytime, opportunity is going to come. And I want you to be the one to take advantage of it. And I want you to be ahead of your competition. This is why I do what I do. Because I want to help people to be ahead of their competition. I come on here, I sit for hours to do this research, to find opportunities to share with you guys. I'm in America already. My family is here. My husband, my kids, they're all here. I just got my siblings and my mom back home. And I could say, well, I'm living the American dream already. What do I need to worry about helping people? I don't get anything from them in return. And that's what some people say to me. Like, no, you sit over there, you do all this work, and the people they actually pay other people for this, so they should be paying you. Like, yes, I know. I got programs where people enroll and they pay me a few dollars. But the one that I come and I talk to people for free, I feel fulfilled when I do it. Because I know that where else? What else do I want after this? Where else do I want to go? I'm in a country where everybody in the world want to come. Almost everybody in the world want to come. I came here without any struggle. I never tried to come to America. I never. It was just handed to me on a silver platter, and I came. And so I look back after all these years and with everything that God has blessed me with, I said, no, I know I'm comfortable, but there's somebody who needs this opportunity. There's somebody who needs the information that I know that I have. And I can share with them that if it can help them to make their life, because I know I was once in that situation. If I can be able to just spread the word and help them, so be it, let me do it. But if I am doing the research, you need to help me by getting prepared. And like I said, let your preparation begin with having a valid passport, having your birth certificate, having your school documents. Those are things that, because they all takes time to get. It's not like you can apply for them today and get them tomorrow. They're all going to take you time, because first thing, you have to raise the money to pay for every one of them. So let it begin first with getting those things, acquire those documents that you know you're going to need. No matter what kind of traveling you're traveling, those are documents that you're going to need anyway. Even if you're not coming on diversity visa, you come into America on any visa, you're going to need your birth certificate, you're going to need a passport. So just have them. Then I know you really want this opportunity. If I'm talking to somebody who will call me and say, oh, okay, I want us to schedule a meeting because I'm going for my interview, and or I got this opportunity somebody told me about, the first thing I ask them is, okay, how prepared are you? That's my first question. And sometimes people say, oh, when you say how prepared are you, I don't understand. I mean, are you ready to take advantage of that opportunity the person share with you? Do you have a passport? No, I don't have my passport yet. I'm going to apply for it, but in my country, it's going to take me 3 months before I can get a passport. Somebody just told you about an opportunity. It's going to take you the next 3 months before you can get a passport. You're not ready. Let's pass the opportunity to someone who's ready. So that's what I do. I encourage you, let's pass it to somebody who's ready. If you have a family member, if you have, or you have a friend who has a passport or who have paperwork that they know they're ready, tell them about it. Let them take advantage of it, because you are not ready yet. When you're ready, then we can talk about it. So I was looking at a couple of opportunities. Like I said, that's why I don't like going live, because when I go live, I kind of don't stay on point. But anyway, I look up a couple of other visas categories that, I mean, we could try just in case. And I I saw the H-1B visa. I read about it a little bit, but for me, I like to be very real with people. I'm just trying to log back into my computer. And the H-1B visas, most of us from Africa, like I was saying, we are not really prepared, and so most employers don't really like look too much into Africa for applicants, employees. I tend to find out that the H-1B visa goes more to Asia. That's India, China. Those are the countries that I see more H-1B visas going to. Africa has a little population there with H-1B visas, but I think we really need to focus more on being prepared, getting skill ready. These professional skills, technical skills, skills that the market really needs. Because we all just want to go, we all want to go and get this um business management degree. We want to get the sociology degree. And don't get me wrong, I did sociology. I I graduated with my degree in sociology and English. And I came to America. I've been doing social work since, until I finally resigned and I quit it and just started working for myself. So I'm not trying to throw people on the bus who doing the management degree or sociology degree or whatever, but I'm saying that if you're looking to travel, you have to have a degree that is actually marketable in the country that you want to go in. How sustainable is your degree when you come to another country? Is it a degree that you can actually use? How useful is it going to be to you? Because most of us come here with our degrees and they have no use. We got to go start from washing dishes in the kitchen or cleaning floors or maybe doing CNA jobs, because that's that's where we have to start. Because when we come here, our degrees are really not considered, a lot of us. So we have to start from the bottom again. And so this is the time for you to deep dive into the American market, into the American economy. Get to know what skills are trending right now, what skills are in demand. How can I get that? How can I acquire that skill? Let me start working on it. That when I'm fortunate to get there, because we see, like, I know the H-1B visa, a lot of it go to the Indians and the Chinese, like I was saying, because when it comes to tech, they are so skilled in the tech areas. And so that's all a lot of them come to America on. Not too many of them come on family visas. A lot of them come to America on H-1B visas, employment base. Because they study the market. They study the American market. What does it want? Okay, it wants people in this area. So we're going to focus on that area. I know it's my dream to go to America. This is what the American market is hiring for in abundance. I'm going to put my mind, my soul, my body into learning that thing. And they do it to the best. So a lot of them get hired by Google, Microsoft, and these big tech companies. Those are the people who hire them and bring them here on H-1B visas. While we're struggling looking for diversity visa, waiting for one lottery to ever go through and let the computer ever pray to the computer gods to be able to pick your name. That's what we do. But for them, they study the market. Where is it going? What's in demand there? This is the country I want to go to. What's in demand in that market? That's the skill they acquire. And so they come to America on H-1B visas a lot. When for us, we barely get H-1B visas in Africa, because the agencies, those people who hiring, they look there and like, no, I can barely find skills people there. So why would I? If it would take 4 years to get one management degree, that you're not going to manage anybody's business right now, brother or sister. You're not, because how many people right now in Africa really hiring business managers? A lot of people who invest in Africa right now, matter of fact, people have cheated in so many times that they just want to manage their own stuff. They don't want to hire anybody right now to manage their business or entrust them like that. If they entrust in you, they got to be working side by side with you. But if you have this mind of traveling, why not jump into the industry that's in demand outside the world, in the country you want to travel in? I think that's what we should be doing, to be able to open ourselves up to other opportunities, instead of just being limited to applying for diversity visa for 9 times, 10 times, 12 times. And some people, their testimony, why is encouraging, but it's just, to me, it's hilarious that, I mean, I got to be applying for this thing 10 different times. Like, is that the only opportunity to go to America? No, it's not. It's not the only opportunity. And while I encourage people to wait until they apply the following year, I also want to tell you that there are other opportunities you can take advantage of. Even if it means for you to just come to America for a year and go through, just get a taste of the American society, just see what life is like. And after your program, you can go back home. If you really like it, start applying for another visa category. And the fact that you've gotten that first one in your book, in your passport, that first visa, you've gotten it there. You came to America. You are sincere enough to go back home after your program. It's not difficult the second time, because you build a little bit of credibility for yourself at the embassy. The fact that you came the first time and you were able to return on time, you did not overstay your visa, your program ended, or your conference you came for ended, and you like, you know what? I pack my bag. I'm on my way back home. And yes, I'm going back home. And then the following time, you got another opportunity. You apply for it. When you go there and they see that, oh yeah, so you went the first time and yeah, your conference was for 2 days or for 2 weeks. And after your 2 weeks, you came, yeah, oh yeah, I was back in my country before my 2 weeks even ended because I got other stuff to do here. That builds the confidence in you. So that makes it the second time they're like, oh well, we know he or she is gonna come back anyway. They're not somebody who just, and you must be doing something back home to even make them know, like that phrase that they have, ties to your country. It gives us a lot of problem as Africans because a lot of us, yeah, we just like I said, we don't have that much money. So we really don't have a lot back home to tie us to our country. That a visa counselor will really look at and say, okay, yeah, I see you got this going on, that going on. But how can we be able to establish these ties to our countries? We need to start doing something back home that they will see that we can appear to the embassy and show proof that, oh, yes, I'm doing this back home. I got my business going here in my country, or I'm doing this thing in my country. I got a secure job here that's paying me this amount of money here because of my skills that I acquire online from this university abroad. So these are things that you're going to look at and you'll know, oh no, if he's in his home country and making all this money, if she's in her home country and making all this money here, I mean, they're not going to want to go to America and go be sweeping somebody's floor or washing somebody's dishes there just for them to be in America. So these are some of the things we need to consider. These people, they are humans. I always tell people they're not robots. They are humans. They use common sense. So sometimes you go in there to them and you go in with all these papers and documents in your hand, and they're not even going to look at it because they don't have all that time to sit down and flip through all those documents that you have. You're going to sometimes the visa counselor just have a couple of seconds to maybe like 3 minutes up to for one person, from a few seconds to maximum 3 minutes. So they can't keep you there forever unless your case have an issue, a sticker issue comes up then, and that means you're taking up their time. You are taking up their time because they got a lot of people to deal with. So they're not going to sit there to go through your paperwork. So you have to present yourself to them that you are a credible person. If you're fortunate to apply for a conference the first time and you come to America, and after your conference, you return to your home country. The second time you got another conference or another training or another something going on and you want to apply for it, it's most likely. Okay, Destiny, can you go back and look at it? I'm coming out there. I'm on the phone. Please. Thank you. Love you. Love you. Please shut my door. Thank you. So it actually builds some level of credibility for you that they know they can trust you. You're not just somebody who just hustling away into America because you want to come and stay here. And I don't even advise somebody who you come on a visa that's not a visa to stay in America and you want to stay illegally. It's not a good thing because while you're going to be in America, you will also want to, for many days, you will want to just hope you have returned home because you're not going to be able to get a job. You're not going to be able to do anything much. You're going to be more like looking and walking and looking over your shoulders because you're afraid that maybe, especially if you land yourself in a state that is not immigrant friendly, and that's another thing people don't tell people. People kind of encourage people to go to certain states in America, but they don't really tell you what it's like. And you got to be careful when you're somebody who come into America. And I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but you got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're going. Do your own research. Know where you're going. Because you don't want to come and you know you have another plan, and then you come and you got to be looking over your shoulder and you're so miserable that you can't even live a life. Then you start regretting, why did I do this to myself? I should have just stayed in my home country. I mean, I came here and I just had to wait for a couple of months to get my paperwork and start work. And those few months were the most miserable months of my life because I was working I was running a business before I came to America, and then I come and I'm just stuck at home because I do not have papers to work. I'm sitting out waiting for months for my papers to be processed and sent to me. And those 2 months, they were to me like, oh, it was to me like the longest time of my life that I was unemployed. Just sitting at home and watching the clock goes by and everybody's gone to work, everybody's gone to somewhere, and you're just sitting there. I mean, I could go out, I could go walking anywhere because I am legally in America. But the fact that I was not able to go to work to earn money, it's just got to me while sitting waiting for my paperwork to go through for them to send my work permit. That's what I was waiting on. And every day I will go running. I want to be the one to check the mail. Every day I want to be the one to check the mail because that's how eager I was for it to come. Every day I wanted to be the one to check the mail because I want to know whether it's there now. Oh God, I'm just praying for this thing to come. Oh, I want it so bad right now. So if you're coming to America and you know you're just coming for on a visa that is a temporary stay, you want to make sure that when your visa tenure is over, you're heading back home. Give yourself more room to be able to come back to America freely. Don't do something that will jeopardize your coming to America for a second time or third time or even getting a green card. So some of the opportunities that I want to share are just like maybe those for something they call au pair. The au pair opportunity is just something that the US State Department, is a program the State Department came up with to just link families from other countries to American families. So they link you actually on, or I don't know how to describe it. Should I say, because actually some people advertise it as coming to America to go to school and get paid, but the reality is that you're coming to work with a family, you're coming to stay with a family, you're going to be housed by them, you will stay with them, you're supposed to stay there with them, they will host you for free, they're supposed to give you a stipend. I think it's weekly stipend they should be giving to you, and you're going to be helping them with their kids. So it's usually family with kids. So if you are somebody who love kids and you are not supposed to have kids of your own, not for people who have kids already, this one is for people who do not have kids yet. So you will come and you will stop with the family. They will complete the paperwork and everything for you through the agency. You will come and stop with them for, it's usually for a year. You will stay with them. And during that time, you're free to enroll in an American university. You have your freedom to go to school. So you can pick up a couple of courses during that time. And you will travel with them. Maybe if they're going out, you go with them to help them just take care of the baby or take care of the kid, however it is, whether a toddler or whether a young baby, you will help them. That's one opportunity that I found. And I'm going to do a whole video on that because I look deeper into it and there's a lot of pros and the cons. And for me, I like to be straight with people. I like to let people know the two sides of everything. So I'm going to deep dive into it and do a full video on that, just letting you know what to expect, because I actually follow some people who went through the program and I want to share some of their experiences. So that's going to be able to give you an idea of what to expect when you're coming. Don't have your hopes up so high that you're coming to America and you're coming to be free, like free, and do whatever you want to do, because you're going to be staying with a family who more like you're going to be an in-house nanny for them or nanny with them. Yes, that's how you're going to be. You're going to be helping them take care of the kids, and just they're going to give you some stipend. They're going to host you. They're going to feed you, but you're going to have the opportunity to enroll, maybe if you want to, in a university, take a few courses while you taking care of the kids. So that could be something to consider. That's one opportunity that I stumbled upon. And I don't think it's not only for America. because I was even reading there's opportunity in a lot of other countries. I saw some for even some Scandinavian countries. So yeah, in Australia, and I'm not sure. I try looking for something on Canada, because for me, whenever I'm looking, the reason I like to look into Canada too is because Canada is just next door to me. It's just a couple of hours drive from where I am. I'm in Washington State, in Seattle. So it's just few hours drive from me to get to Canada. That's why whenever I'm looking for opportunity, I look for things in America and Canada, or before I look anywhere else. I need to check whether they do that too in Canada. But anyway, I know right now there are a lot of opportunities in Canada, especially for the visiting visa. If you apply right now to Canada for a visiting visa and you're fortunate to be accepted in there, you can change your visiting visa into a work permit, like similar thing like America is doing right now. But for the Canadian process, people who are going through it, they say it's faster than the American process. So you might want to look into that also. If you're somebody who really want to travel and not just want to come to America anyway, anyhow, if you want to travel to other countries, those are things you can look into too. From America to Canada is just a drive. So if you want to go to Canada, you can start a life in Canada, and who knows, you could apply to come to America because you're already next door. It's not going to be that far anymore. You can even just apply to visit America and be in and out, visiting and go back. So yeah, that was one. And then, like I said, I already mentioned the H-1B visa category. The H-1B visa category is actually mainly for people, employers who mainly who use that. They prefer hiring tech people because they that's just what they prefer. So if you're somebody who have skills in technology, IT, or any skills computer related, maybe you want to attempt that. Start looking for opportunities on that end, and that could be one area that will help you. And my favorite among all of them is the student visa. When you come here on a student visa, you come, you have that opportunity to work. And I must clarify that this work that you have opportunity to do is for a limited time. I think 20 hours a week you can do. You can't do anything more than that. And you get paid, but after that, just imagine the length of time. If you're coming on a 2-year program, if you're fortunate and you can raise some money, or you can get a scholarship to come on a 2-year program, that's 2 years that you can do a lot of things in America. Who knows? You're going to school, you're meeting new people every day. You could just, if you're not married, and that's how a lot of people who come here on student visa, that's how they stay, because when they come, maybe they fall in love, they meet the love of their life, and they get married. And I mean, the person just apply for the green card. They get a green card through marriage. Or maybe you come and just you decide after your program you're gonna go back. Maybe you can go back home, start a business or something, and come as an investor. That's another opportunity to come to America. Once you got that money, America is ready to give you a visa. There are lots and lots of other categories of visas that people can come onto America. There are lots and lots of other opportunities. If even for people, I was reading on the J visa, the exchange program. The J visa is actually just for student exchange or visitors exchange, but you have to, and like they appear, most appears come on the J visa because it's an exchange program. They come here, they do their 1 year with this family, and then they go back home. But there's a lot, and I'd like to let people know that 1 year, a lot of things can go on good for you if you have a plan, and a lot of things can go on bad for you if you don't have a plan. And a lot of things can remain stagnant for you if you don't have a plan. This is why I like to encourage people to plan, make a plan. Because if you're coming to America and you have a plan, no matter the visa category you're coming on, if you're coming and you've already told yourself, I'm going to plan, I'm going on a J visa, and after my program, I'm going to come back to my home country and I'm going to apply again for another term, or I'm going to maybe apply to school because I need to continue my education that I started there. I want to continue it. Now there you are, you have an upper hand because you have already come. You started schooling, but then your program ended, your actual au pair program ended, and you had to go back home, but you want to continue your education. So now you have an upper hand if you're applying for F visa, for a student visa. You apply and you can let them know that I already started my schooling, but my program ended and I had to come home. So I really want to continue my education in this identical university that I was attending. I wish to continue my courses. I wish to continue my program. And so you have just opened an avenue for yourself. So I just want to let you know that diversity visa is not the only way to come to America. I've gone more than an hour talking, and I hope you got something out of this. I see it's just one person online. I know it's probably nighttime in Africa. It is because it's after 4 here. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost 5 p.m. So I know it's nighttime. It's like what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like 11 o'clock in the West Africa. It will be like 11 o'clock, almost 12 a.m. I don't know where you're watching from. If you could just state where you're watching from, then maybe I would know the time in your country. But um, I will say this. If you want to come to America, you have to have a plan. Make a plan. Start working on that plan. Be truthful to your plan. Be committed to your plan. Make a realistic plan. Be sincere to yourself and start working on that plan. Start working on acquiring your passport, your birth certificate, your school documents. Start working on saving some money. Even if it's $5 at a time, start saving some money because you're going to need money anyway. Even if you get a scholarship, you are going to need some money. And sometimes people think people in Africa don't have money. No, I like to tell people, we Africans, we got money. We do have money. We just don't know where to put it. That's all. We have money. And these are some of the things that you can save money for. If you know you have that dream, it's burning inside of you, and you really want to come to the United States, you can start saving up your one semester tuition right now. Just a single tuition, just a single semester. You can start saving that money up. And before now to the opening of school, this is May we're in. Schools are going to be opening maybe around September or so. If you want to enroll that time, enrollment will begin. You can start saving up your money now, little by little by little by little, to be able to get at least one semester tuition that you can use to apply. So these are some of the opportunities that I like for people to look into, instead of telling you to wait for another whole how many ever months to apply for diversity visa again, and then wait for how many long months again before the results can come up, and then you find out, oh, I did not win again, I wasn't selected, so I got to wait for another how many months to apply again. I know it's free, yeah, so we can do it how many ever times, but if you really got a desire, you try a couple of other things. For me, when I was starting my business, I knew I had a desire to work for myself. And so I tried a crazy number of things. And I'm not afraid to try out things. I try out anything that came my way that I was able to study and put my hand into. I tested it out. because along the way, I did not just know that it was not good for me. I also learned, and I can tell people what it is. Now I can tell people when somebody talk about selling online, I can tell you everything it involves. I can tell you whether it's good for you from you and not talking, or whether it's you're not the right fit for it. I can tell you when it comes to a couple other things when it comes to doing business, because I put my hand into a lot of things. I try out several opportunities when it comes to doing your own business, running your own business. And so I know what it means to run a couple of businesses. I know what it means to start them. I understand what works and what doesn't work, or how it works. And so if you're somebody who wants to travel, you might want to do the same. Don't just sit and wait for only diversity visa to apply. No, because obviously diversity visa is not the only way to come to America. So if you really want to travel, try out some of these other opportunities. Look into them. Start by getting prepared. That's the first thing. Start by getting prepared. Look into them, see if you are the right fit for them, or if they are the right fit for you. And sometimes there are some opportunities that might not be the right fit for you, but if you look at your situation and you really have a burning desire inside of you, you really have a goal, you have a dream that you want to accomplish, you're going to fit yourself in that situation and you're going to work with it. I know I wouldn't want to leave Africa and come to babysit somebody's baby in America. But if that's the way for me to get to experience America and I really want to, heck, no, I will give it a try. I mean, I'm taking it. Like, if that's the way for me to get there and I really want to see this country, I really want to experience what life is like there, I'm trying it. I'm going to give it a try. The fact that I know I'm going to, oh, yes, it's safe. It's a safe program. They don't kill people on there. They're not kidnapping people. They're not smuggling people on there. It's a safe, internationally recognized program. And I'm going to be secure. I'm going to be in a home where people are going to take care of me. People are going to feed me. Since I don't have a job, I cannot work, but I can go to school for that 1 year. People are going to take care of me. People are going to give me a roof over my head. I'm taking that program. For me, that's the kind of person I am. When I want an opportunity, anything that comes that smells like it, I look into it first to make sure it's genuine, and I'm going for it. I'm giving it a shot. I am giving it a shot. So I just wanted to let you know that if you are somebody who really, really, really have this desire to come to America, you don't have to wait for a green card lottery before you can come to America. Matter of fact, you can come to America on any visa. You can get a green card if if you know how to work around it. There are a lot of opportunities here. America is a country that presents opportunities to people. And there are a couple of videos on my channel where I explain to people why so many people want to come to America. Because me coming to America, it made me to experience that, wow. So I had all of this inside of me, but I just did not have the platform to just perform. Because most of us in our home countries, we are gifted, we're talented, we're blessed, but we don't have the resources available to us to bring out our gifts, or we don't have people who are willing to spot our gift in us and just put us on the front line or on the front page for the world to be able to see us. And that's what America does. America makes dreams come true. And I'm not telling you that this is the best place in the world to be. No, it's not. America is not the best place in the world to be. But I will tell you that it has opportunities. And if you are prepared and you come to America, or if you come to America and you're willing to get prepared, you will have the opportunities knocking on your door, And even you will have to resist some of them and say, oh no, I, I can't take that. Yes. Unlike back homes in our home countries, back home in our home countries, we don't have the opportunity. They don't come to us, even if we prepare or not. It don't come. It stays within a certain circle. But when you come to these people country, if you are prepared, the opportunities will come. And even you would say to some people, no, you got to slow down. I can't take all of that. I got to be able to take care of myself too. That's too much for me to take on. That's what America offers to people. A lot of bad things go on in America. There are a lot of shootings, a lot of killings in the streets. People just, right, especially right now, since after COVID-19, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think people just lost it. Yeah, people lost it a lot. So it just, yeah, it's kind of challenging right now because people mental health is just not really there yet since COVID just knocked everything off. And so some people just will couple with all this racism and hate and everything that's going on. But yet and still, the opportunities are here. If you're ready, you can make the most of it. Unless you don't want to. That's the only way. Unless you do not want to take advantage of it. But if you are prepared and you're willing and ready to get your hands dirty and take advantage of the opportunities in America, you can live the American dream and you will look back and say, wow, I never thought this was possible for me. Yes. And that's the dream. Because it can actually be like a dream that, wait, I need to wake up. Somebody needs to wake me up right now. Is this real? Yeah. Is it real? Sometimes you feel like it's not real. Maybe I'm just dreaming. But no, it's real. You got to piece yourself and wake up that, wow, I never thought I could do all of this. I never thought this was possible in my life. I never thought I could reach this level. Yes. These are the kind of opportunities that are actually available to people here. And this is why people want to come to America so much. I mean, I don't know about other countries, but America is a country where dreams come true if you're prepared and if you have a plan. If you are prepared, you have a plan, and you come to America and you work on that plan. You don't come and get distracted by the shining things that you see around you, because a lot of us come in, we get crazy, we get carried away because there's just so much that we don't see back home in our countries. And so when we come here and we just taste them, we get crazy, we get carried away, we get distracted by everything. The shining things are just so many that we lost it, especially if you don't have the right circle of people around you. You will lost it, and maybe it's going to take you the next 4 or 5 years before you realize, wow, I would have taken that time to do this, and by now I will be going so far. So I like to tell people who on their way here or people who want to come here, make a plan while you're back home. Have that plan, come with it, stick to it. Do not get distracted by everything or everybody lifestyle that you see around you. Because some people here, they just work for the credit companies. Some people here work only for the credit companies just to pay bills and to buy the newest thing that will come. They just use the credit cards. They will credit a bag. They will credit a new car. They will credit a new phone. And one month end, they got to pay everything back to the credit company after paying the bills. And so some people have to work that 2 jobs, 3 jobs because they got to pay all those things back. So if you're coming here and you know you have a plan, you want to work 2 jobs, you want to work 3 jobs, You better be working the 2 jobs and the 3 jobs and be saving up your money or be doing something with your money. Invest your money into something. So you don't have to work the 2 jobs and 3 jobs for the next however long you'll be in America. But if you come and you start working the 2 jobs and the 3 jobs and you think like, oh yeah, I'm making a lot of money, I can just, oh, if I see that car somebody has today, I want a car, I'm gonna get it. Yes, I gotta get a car. And then next week you see somebody with this thing and you want that same thing. Oh, I saw this Gucci bag and I saw this Michael Kors and I saw this. I mean, then you're gonna remain working those 2 jobs and 3 jobs for the rest of your life, and that's how people get burned out. People get so exhausted in America that they don't even have a life, but they got to keep going. They got to wake up and keep going every day because they got to pay the bills. They got to pay the debts. You got all the fancy stuff now packing in your apartment or in your house, but you can't even use them because you got to be working no long hour shift. So you can't even wear those things anymore. You can't even do anything with them. They're stuck in there, but you have to work to pay for them, even though they're scraping and getting old, but you still have to be paying for them. So if you don't make a plan and you come to America, you get carried away by the shining things, then you're gonna still working on some 12-hour, 10-hour shift, 18-hour shift. You're gonna work it for many couple of years. Yeah. I mean, I like to tell people I came to America, I was excited to work because I'm used to working back home. I started working since I was a teenager. So I'm used to working. I'm used to earning my own money. I came to my husband, he had a job, he was working, taking care of us. But the fact that I was not earning my own money, I didn't, I just wasn't satisfied. I wanted to work. I wanted to get my work permit. I just couldn't wait. Every day I would check the mail until it came. But it's funny that when my work permit came, I started my first job and I went there just for the first few weeks. I came back home and my husband like, oh, so how's work? And I remember looking at him, I don't even want to talk about it right now. And he knew that, I mean, he knew I wasn't used to it. He knew I wasn't used to that kind of thing. He knew that I wasn't liking it. And so he was actually trying to get the truth out of me. Like every day when he gets home, oh, how was work today? I don't want to talk about it. It was good. Yeah, because there's a lot of stress on the job in America, especially for us immigrants. We go through a lot on the job, but that's where we earn our living. So we have to go there. We have to go there. We have to wear the smile. We have to be nice. We have to do what we have to do. So, yeah, but it's a tough environment. You have to have a real tough skin, especially for us African immigrants. When we come with this accent, when you come to America and you have an accent, especially for us from Africa, I mean, people more like believe that you know nothing. So that challenge is thrown to you to prove to them that you're not as dumb as they think, because they actually believe that Africans are just dumb people. We don't know nothing. We don't even know what electricity is like. We don't know how to do and I mean just anything. They just, yeah. People just look down on us once we have this accent. And I mean, so the moment you speak, they like, oh, you got an accent. And I'm always proud to say, oh yes, I do. I'm an African. I'm from Africa. I'm from West Africa in a little country called Liberia. That's where I'm from. Oh, yeah, because I can hear your accent. Yes, I do. And I'm not going to change it. No, I am not looking to change my accent to please anybody. This is who I am. That's my identity. I like it that when I open my mouth, people know that, oh, no, she's not American. Yes, I am an African and I want to remain this way. Let me keep it this way. Yes, I've been in America for September. It's going to be 10 years. And I'm proud that, I mean, I still sound the same. Sometimes people say I kind of sound different, but I really don't think so. So, yeah, 10 years, and some people come here and 2 years down the road, I'm talking to them and I can barely, like, what are you talking? What are you doing? You become American now? No, please. Just be real and talk to me. I'm talking to you. Be real, talk to me like we used to talk before. So yeah. When you come, is it's up to you to still real to yourself, be truthful to yourself, have a plan, including how long you want to work for, what you're gonna do with your money, how you're gonna spend your money. That's one main thing you need to have a plan for. How you going to spend that money you're working for? Otherwise, you're going to work in America for the next rest of how many ever years you're going to be in America. And you're going to leave America if you want to leave, because some people don't want to leave here anymore. Some people just, they love it here. They don't want to go back home anymore. But I mean, I know I love America, but I love my country. I love my country more than I love America. It don't have anything to offer me, but I love it. And my question to myself is, what can I offer my country? What can I offer the people that I left back home in my country? What can I do to help somebody who do not have the opportunity that I have? I love my country. In as much as I love America, America offer me all the opportunities that I would have never imagined I would be living today. Yeah, it's because of America that I can stand today and say, yes, I own a home in America. Yes. Mhm. I've been in America, and people been here longer than I've been here, and they still live in apartments. And I own a home in America. Yes. The opportunities that I have explored in America, that I've been blessed to acquire or to get a taste of in America. I know just being back home in my home country, even up to this time, maybe, I don't know God's plan. Maybe He had a plan for me that was going to include all of this, even if I had stayed back home. But I think America has placed me in a position where I just never imagined. Never. Yeah. And I'm grateful. I am. I'm grateful for it. And yeah, what can I do? I wish that I could give other people this opportunity too, that I can share with them, to be able to come here and get an establishment for themselves. Yeah, I wish I can. That's my dream. That's my prayer. That's my goal. Even if I cannot help you to come to America, I know you have something inside of you, wherever you are. How can I work with you to tap into that thing that you have, that you too can be afforded that opportunity, that even if you don't come to America, you can still live a better life where you are because of the skills or the talent that God has given unto you. I never thought that this will happen for me. I live in America. I quit my job since the middle of COVID. 2021 was the last time I had a job. And I own a home in America. My bills are paid. My kids are fed. My cars are still parked. They still go every day. People go to work for me. They get paid. I mean, this is This is something that I would have never imagined doing when I was in my home country. I had a little business running there, but I was just, it was just me. I would just go and get stuff and sell it to other people in the communities. And after a couple of days or weeks, they pay me and I go again and get new ones and just like that. But to reach to the point where I can sit and do what I'm doing today, yeah, I'm grateful. I am grateful. And I never knew that I had all of this inside of me. I just never knew. I just never knew. And that's why I believe that we all have something inside of us, but we're just not afforded the opportunity to be able to let it out, for it to just come to the worst stage, for us to be able to tap into it, or for others who see it to be able to tap into it, and that you can make a living out of it. I just, I didn't think that it was possible. I work as a journalist for a good number of years in my country, but in as much as it took me to places, it exposed me to people whom other people would not just be able to meet when they wanted to. I was able to sit and talk with them. I was able to meet them. I was able to shake their hands when there were a lot of people who wanted that opportunity that I had. But the income was not something that was able to sustain me and my family. I had the, I mean, I was going about, I had a job, I was meeting these people, but the income was not something that could take care of me. No. And I've always had this thing since I got to know myself, that I must be selling something, because I realized that just living on a paycheck alone was not able to sustain me and my family. So I always had something that I was selling. I was always doing some kind of business. Yes. And when I came to America, just getting frustrated as to how things were going. I got to sit and wait for this paperwork before I can start work. And then when I started work, it's like, okay, now you started the work. The work is challenging. It's tough on your body. It's just not something that you're used to doing, because I'm not somebody who's used to physical work, hard work. No. I mean, I can sit here and research for you for hours. I won't feel it on my body. I can keep going and going and going. I can sit here and write for hours and I wouldn't even know that it's dark. But to just do physical work is something that um I'm just, my body can't handle it for that long. But I had to do it because I was in a new country. I came to my husband. I had to help this man. So I had to do what I had to do. And when I finally got at least a couple of years of orientation, and I decided, okay, now it's time, at least since I found this job, I heard about this job. It's more closer to what I used to do back home. It's social work. I think I can do it. I went there, I work in it. I used to work with homeless people. And I'll save that. That's for another day, because I see I've gone more than an hour, 30 minutes. And I will save that part for another day. But I used to work with homeless people. I work with the homeless population in America for over 5 years. And it was challenging. It it was it was tough. It was crazy that I finally had to quit it in the midst of COVID 2021. I had to quit. I just gave it up finally. Like, no, I can't take it, because mentally it was draining. It was draining me mentally, emotionally, and physically. I just couldn't take it anymore. It was just, I got COVID here. I got to worry about it. I got to go work with these homeless people all night. I used to work a 12-hour shift at night. So I would work my 12 hours with homeless people. And then I'm coming home in the morning. A lot of times overnight, we have to call the ambulance to come and pick up people who showing COVID symptoms. And I have to be there. We have to work with them until the ambulance can come and pick them up. And I had two babies that had to come home in the morning too. They don't know anything. They don't know what mommy goes to do. When mommy gets home, they want a hug. They just want to give her a hug. How can I explain this to them that no, you can't touch me right now. I gotta be hiding. I gotta come through the garage in my house, get changed, run to the bathroom, take a shower, stay in there for, or maybe I'm waiting on getting a text message or getting an email to confirm that whoever they carried over the night, the person was not positive. Then I can take a breath now to come outside to my kids. And it was just crazy because they can't understand it. How can I make them to understand that? Tell me, how in this world can you make a 3-year-old to understand and a 5-year-old to understand that you can't touch mommy right now. She can't, mommy, can I give you a hug right now? No, I gotta stay away from me. Is it was tough on me. It was just tough. And my kids, they're just so used to me. They are so used to me. For the person who was on here for the longest, I think you heard me talking to somebody. That was one. That's the boy. He came to check on me. So they're so used to me, and just having to, every time I come from work, I have to drive them away from me because I'm either not so sure whether I've contacted COVID or not. I have to wait to get a report from the office to know whether it's okay for me to be in touch with them or it's okay for me to go close to them. It was killing me. Moreover, when I go to work, the violence from the clients there, it was worse because a lot of people were off their meds during COVID. A lot of them were not taking the mental health medications. They were not going for the even the appointments. And so it was crazy. You go to work all night, you get clients spitting on you, throwing stuff at you. I mean, just you got to deal with that whole thing. And then when you come home in the morning, then you got to be hiding from your kids and all those kind of things. It was just a lot for me. That, I mean, my family, we had to talk about it. And my husband, he is like, I know you love what you do, but it's you can't keep going there right now. You just I just want you to leave it. Just quit it for now. Maybe when everything subside, then you can choose if you want to go back. But for now, I can see it's taking a toll on you. And I kind of reason with him because I just wasn't myself. I just wasn't myself. I was losing it. I was getting as crazy as the people out there. So yeah, I had to decide what to do. And today I don't regret it. It was a tough decision to take because the paycheck was good. It was fat. It was really, really good. But like I said, that's a topic for another day. I'll go deep into that. And that's something that, I mean, for some people who want to come and who have the guts to stomach that kind of work, that's something you can start to get yourself on your feet. Maybe plan how you want to do it. If you want to do it for a couple of months and make the money, and then you turn into something else, that's something you can do. But I would tell you, working in America, every job in America has its own challenges. Every job you do in America comes with its own challenges, especially for us who have this accent. When you're from Africa and you come here, your first job, you have to tell yourself every morning, pray to whatever God you know. When you're going, say, give me peace. Just keep me calm. Let me be able to stay focused. Let me not get distracted. Let me not lose my mind. Let me not be raw or be harsh to anyone, because people will push your button a lot because they know you're new in the system. And sometimes they either just intentionally want to get you into trouble, or Maybe they're just mean. Some people here just they're just mean. They just don't like immigrants. So they will push your body every day. And you got to be careful with those kind of people because those are the ones who will get you into trouble. Those are the ones who will cause you to either lose your license or maybe get a couple of warning letters. So you need to be careful with those kind of people if you're on your way to America. So, my people, I've stayed here for an hour 45 minutes just rambling over life in America. I hope you got something out of this. In the coming weeks, I'll try to do videos on the research that I've done and come up with in-depth videos on most of these things that I talk about, these opportunities that I talk about. I will list the pros and the cons in those videos. So you might want to check them up. See, and I'm going to leave the links to every one of them, some of the websites that you want to look at, and see if you can apply through them. I'm going to do that in the coming days. God give me strength, and I hope I'm not too busy this week. I'll be able to sit down and do a couple of videos, hopefully. So, God bless you. Thank you for joining. And I hope you have a good night. Just now, I know it's morning time, Africa. Yeah, it's morning time almost. For some people, it's already morning for some people. So, good morning to you. Have a good day. God bless you. It's time for me to get ready for bed. It's like 5 something. I gotta go get ready, go get dinner ready for my kids. And my husband is not home yet. So maybe he will join us later while we're having dinner. But I gotta go get dinner ready now. So I hope you learned something from this. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Please. I appreciate every one of you who have subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's grow this little family together. And if you want to, we started this online training for our integration program, just people who are on their way to America, or even if you're planning to come to America and you want to be part of this session, you can join us online. I'm going to send out the flyers on Facebook and YouTube. I will send out the flyers and maybe I hope I don't forget to do the Instagram one. I always forget about that. I will send out the flyers and just letting people know the date and time that we're going to be using. So if you wish to, you can join us over there and let's just talk all things life in America. Let's talk about it. I share my experiences. Hopefully I can get some other people on with me who will be able to talk to you about their own experience as time goes by. And yeah, let's talk about that. Let's start from there. Let's start getting prepared because if you want to do anything in life, you have to start working on the mindset first. That's where it all begins. If you want to come to America, you got to start preparing your mind for the American life. So you want to start getting abreast with what life is in America, knowing how other people are coping, how people came here, knowing what they went through, what their stories. You want to start getting abreast with those things. And those are things I share on this channel. So you might want to check out the channel for more of some of those stories. Some of them are here. Just watch them, start getting abreast with life in America, how some people started, what visa type they came on, and maybe you want to just research some of them, some of those visa types that you hear about in those stories. Check them up, see whether you're a good fit for them. Start applying to them or start working on how to apply to some of them. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And just let's keep doing this. Let's keep getting ready. Hopefully, I look forward to meeting you some days, even if not in America, maybe back home. Who knows? Because one day I might just decide to start going around some of these days. I'm praying for that. Hopefully, my husband can approve that and the kids too. So, yeah, maybe I'll start making some trips to some of these countries. Maybe I get to meet with some of you while on my little exploration there, trying to explore some opportunities and finding people to work with. Maybe I'll get to meet some of you one day, if not in America. But just in case you come to America, just let me know. I'm sitting here in Washington State, Seattle area. I'm down in South Seattle in the area called Kent. So get to me. Even if you're in another state, we can still talk. Even where you are right now, we can still talk. Let's talk. Facebook, Messenger, video calls, anything. Yeah, I just don't do WhatsApp a lot. So if anybody sends you a message on WhatsApp or anything, it's not me. Done, 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 done. Please, 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 please. I know somebody said somebody hacked into um my WhatsApp. I'm not sure yet. I'm still checking on that because I just got that from one person. Yeah. So please, I don't go on WhatsApp. It's been a little bit now since we had some little incident in my church and somebody hacked the WhatsApp group for my church and sent out messages to people. I haven't been on WhatsApp. So please, if anybody send you a message on WhatsApp, that's not me. Please, it's not me. Yeah. But join me if you want to on Facebook or on any of these platforms because our successful integration package will be going on live with most of them. Will be having replays on Messenger, on Facebook rather, on Facebook and maybe YouTube, but majority of the time it's going to be on Zoom, the live one where people will be able to talk to me and the guests that I will bring will be on Zoom. So if you want to, you can book the Zoom calls or any one of them. And let's begin from there. Let's schedule it. Let's begin. Let's see how we can help you to get your American visa. Let's see how we can be able to get you ready for your visa if you're not ready, because you need to get ready if you're not ready. If you want to travel, you really need to get ready. So, however way we can be of help to you, let us know and we'll be here. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a good night. And I'm signing off. Let's just remember, like I always say, be grateful for everything and eager for nothing. God bless you. And I love you all. Thank you.